Hello everyone, my name is Nikhilesh. I welcome you to my channel RP Techno. In today's session, we're going to learn about read range, write range, and merge data table activities in UiPath. So we'll see a simple use case to get hands-on reading Excel data to a UiPath data table and merging two data tables with a different schema actions and writing the merged data to an Excel sheet. I hope my videos are informative. If you think so, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also do not forget to click the bell icon to get notified on my new videos. So let me just show you an Excel workbook wherein I have placed two sheets, namely customers, which has got the customer details like customer names, cities, and invoice members. And the second sheet that is products, which has got the product details like invoice numbers, product names, and their corresponding bill amounts. Now I will merge these two sheets into a third sheet using merge data table activity in UiPath, and I will write that merge data into this Excel sheet, Excel workbook in a different Excel sheet. So now let's get started how that can be achieved. So what is the first activity that we need to do in here? So we need to first read that particular Excel sheet called customers. So let me just write read range. So here I got read range under app integration, Excel read range, and another one under file, workbook, and read range. What is the difference between these two? So to be able to use this read range that is present under Excel, right? So you need to have an Excel application installed inside your machine. So if you do not have Excel application installed, and if you have an alternative of Excel application installed, then you can use this. Or this will work for even Excel applications. So now I'm going to use this activity to read the Excel sheet. So here I'm just dragging and dropping. So it got wrapped up in sequence. Let me just name this as merge data sequence. So here I will create a file path variable, so which is of type string. And let me just take the path, just hold shift button and right click and copy as path. Now let me go to a path workflow, and here I'm just pasting it. So the path is pasted in file path variable. So file path is holding the path. So here I can give the file path. So that workbook path, Excel workbook path. And what is the sheet that I need to read from that? So let me just open it quickly. So the sheet name is customers. Let me copy it and paste it in here as customers. And what is this? This is range. So what range I want to read? So I want to read the complete data, right? So I will just keep it as blank so that it'll read the complete data, and I will store it as Control K customers DT. Just enter. So I'm reading that customers sheet from that Excel workbook path. So this customers worksheet will be read, and that will be stored inside this customers DT data table. So we are good here. And what is the next step? So we need to read the products sheet, right? So just type in file path. So that is present within the same workbook. So here I'm just gonna type in. So I'll just copy it, and I didn't do any changes. So I clicked on no. So here I'm pasting that. So what is the range? I want to read the complete range. So here I'm doing Control K and I'm saying it as products DT. Just click enter. So I got two data tables. So one is customers DT and products DT. So these are gonna hold the customer sheet data and products sheet data, right? So now I need to merge these two data tables. So what I'll do, I will just type in merge. So under data table, you'll see this merge data table activity. Just drag and drop that. here, and I will give the customers as the source. So this control space customers dt. So customers dt is going to be the source, and products. So I'm going to merge these two, and customers dt will be merged with products dt, and the merged data will be present inside the destination data table called products dt, right? So so the data tables are merged, and now what is the next thing? So I need to write it back to the Excel, right? So just do right range. So here again, so this can be used for any Excel kind of applications, including Excel, and this can be used only for the Excel workbooks. Okay, so I'm just using this. So what is the file path? So I'm just going to write it in the same file, same Excel workbook, and I will. So here you can create a new workbook, or you can give a give an existing worksheet path. So I'm just going to give a new worksheet. Say I'll just say it as add. So if you see here, I'm just using the schema action as add, right? So I'm just giving add. And what is the data table required to be written here? So I have got the mesh data inside my products DT, right? Inside my products DT data table. So I'll just give products DT. So that products DT will be written into this add sheet that is going to be created inside this workbook, starting from A1. So starting from A1, the data will be written. So if you want to include the headers, you just need to select this. So we are good. So just do Control S, and I'm running it in debug mode. Just press F5. So it got completed. So let me just go to that sheet workbook. So I'm just opening the workbook, and here I got that sheet created. And if you see here, these two sheets got merged and given it in this way. So if you observe, right, so in the customers sheet, so all the invoice are present in products sheet. So that is the reason only one column is present. So all that invoices are present, though they are similar, right? And whatever the fields that are not present in the products, so because this is the merged data table, right? So in here, if you see, city and invoice are not present. So those got merged at the end, right? So customer and city got merged at the end, and the rows are merged at the bottom, right? So this is how the add schema will work. So whatever are not matched with the destination workbook or the destination data table, those got added. So that is what add schema means. Now let me just close this, and this time I will change the schema to ignore, and I will create ignore sheet and show you the difference between add schema and ignore schema. So let me just give a debug run. So here the process got completed, and if I go to the same workbook and open it, I got the ignore sheet created, and this time whatever the fields that are not there in the destination sheet, right, the destination data table, that is this one. So what are those fields that are not present? City and invoice are not present in the destination data table, that is destination sheet, right? So those are ignored. What are ignored? So city and invoice are ignored. So city and invoice are ignored, but in the earlier case I just kept the schema as add, so those got added, right? So that is the difference between add schema and ignore schema. So those got ignored, right? So now let me just close it, and this time I'll change the schema to error. So if both the schemas, right? So the definitions of both the data tables are not matched, then it'll throw me an error. So I'm just running it. So here you can see the data table missing definition, column customer, right? So the definitions are the schema of both the tables are not matched. So let me just go to that Excel sheet again. So what just happened? So those definitions didn't match. That's the reason it gave me an error. So if you see here, the definition means the column headers, the customer city invoice. So this is the definition of the first data table, and invoice, product name, and bill amount. So this is the definition of the second data table. So these definitions are differing, right? Of both the tables, these are not matched. So that is the reason it gave me an error. Got it? So now that is what about third schema called error. And add with key is more or less similar to the add one. So let me just create add with key sheet, and I'm running it. So add with key, and I'm running the process. Just do F5, that is debug run. So the sheet is open. Let me just close that sheet, Excel workbook, and stop it and give a debug run again. So the sheet shouldn't be open, right? So if it has to work, the UiPath has to work on that particular workbook, the workbook should be closed. So I forgot to close the workbook, and I'm giving a run again. So it got completed. And if I go and see the workbook, add with key sheet got created. And if you see, it is as similar as add, right? So I hope the session is informative. If you have any doubts, you can do the comments. I will answer. I hope the information, I hope the session is informative. If you think so, please do like it. Thank you.